Good day, viewers. I am Sarah B, and you're tuning into Just Be Tarot. Thank you for hanging out with me and joining my live. Um, I am going live to see what the weekend vibes are for this week. Let's see. Let's see what we have here. I was going to go with another deck, but Spirit said choose this one, so here I am. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. This is a general reading, not personal, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you feel like it might resonate with somebody who is close to you or somebody whose story might fit a little bit better than yours, then feel free to share it with them. Um, it is a collective reading, so it's all signs. And so if you feel like it fits their life or their situation better, and you think they might find my messages healing, then please go ahead and share. Spirit, what is the overall energy for this weekend reading? Thank you. And this is also timeless, so whenever you happen to bump into it and are called to watch it, then please do so. There's probably something in here for you that you need to hear. Spirit, can I get one more card for the overall energy? Okay, so I feel like this weekend is going to be all about resting, rejuvenating, taking care of yourself. Um, we have renewal and purification. So I feel Spirit is calling you to um, take a look at yourself and love yourself this weekend. Rest, rejuvenate. Maybe you want to have friends over rather than go out. Maybe you just want to lay low this weekend and watch TV or maybe even read a book. I feel like this is just a high vibration of taking care of yourself, of knowing what your boundaries are, of sticking to your limits, and not spreading yourself too thin. I feel like you've done a lot of running around throughout the summer, and now that there's, you know, an end to that, there might be a time to focus on yourself. And I know there's still a lot of running around to do with kids and their sports and everything, but it's also a time to be able to focus on yourself and your inner healing and your outer healing. This could be, you know, maybe you're getting your hair done, or maybe you are, getting a massage or something to renew your spirit, something that means a lot to you. And that could be anything from, like I said, manicure, or just being able to take a shower without the kids yelling. Maybe your partner takes them while you are able to have some downtime, just for an hour or so. That's what you might be looking forward to. For others, it's going to be a renewal of, maybe you find enough courage to finally leave the situation you're in, or rid yourself of the toxicity that you've been holding on to, and you finally decide to let go and make that change and start a new cycle. So I feel like this can mean a lot of things to different people, but mainly I'm getting focus on yourself. You've been spending a lot of time focusing on your family and their happiness throughout the summer, and now it's time to take a focus on yourself and rejuvenate, renew, and that will lead to this purification of spirit, purification of soul. All right, so let's move on to tarot. Hope you guys have been well this week. It's been a weird one in my world, but that's okay. We keep on rolling. Um, like, different circumstances make you stronger. You can only learn from them, right? So, as long as we're here to tell about it, right? Shuffle one more time. All right. So, Spirit, what are the messages for the collective for this weekend? Messages for the collective. What do they need to know about this weekend? What's the overall energy? that they need to know. Thank you. The overall energy you need to know for this weekend coming up. Thank you. The first card out is the Five of Cups in reverse. So I feel like you have been working on paying more attention to the things that actually serve you rather than ignoring situations. Um, I feel like you are trying to, like I said, cut off toxicity, cut off um, things that aren't for your benefit, that aren't nourishing your soul. You I do feel like you are telling yourself over and over again that it is the last time that you're going to do this one certain thing. Um, I feel like somebody might keep coming back and asking for forgiveness for the same situation. You know, it's like you go to walk away and they're full of, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. And you are, you're finding it hard now. You used to be strong and go into battle constantly, over and over again. You're not giving up. You're constantly going for it. You're not going to let anybody win but yourself. But it's tiresome. You're growing weary. You know, so you're at your wits' end with somebody is what I feel. You're still in that cycle. You're still going back to, that's what I said, you're working on getting better. You might not necessarily be there yet with this card, but because you're still, you know, maybe one more time. You know, well, if I do this, it's not going to be that bad. You know, it's only this, and then it sets you back. You know, you've been doing so well, and then it's like a setback, and then you're wondering why. You know, why am I still in this cycle? Because you've just done the same thing. Even if you thought it was the most minute thing, it still happened. You still got set back. And it's wearing you down. It's becoming old, and you're seeing that it's becoming old. But it's up to you to make those changes. It's up to you to end that cycle, whatever it is. There's something that is, it's keeping you back from what you actually need to move forward. All right, Spirit, what else do we have for our collective? What do they need to know for this weekend? What? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, yep. Cycle ending for sure. Um, like I said, you're trying to find the end of the cycle. It's just growing old. And you see that, especially now with this Ten of Swords. Something needs to end. Something needs to come to uh, a finale, is what I just heard. Um, and this is exactly the energy you need to do it. The Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is very honest, very blunt, very, I will cut you off. I don't really care how it plays out. I have to think of myself first. I'm going to be honest with you about why I'm doing it and how I'm doing it. And you can come to me and ask me, and I'm not going to be played anymore. Like, Queen of Wands is very serious, focused energy. Like I said, brutally honest, thoughtful in the sense of they think about everything and their next step and their next maneuver and how it's going to play out in their lives. And, um, you know, is this worth it and who's going to be affected by it? Like, it's all thought out. So if this energy is knowing, they know what they have to do, it's putting into action is the hard part. Um, but I think you're finally seeing that there's an ending coming. Something has to end for you to move forward in the cycle. And it might be this weekend that that's happening. It might be this weekend that you're mustering the strength to move forward in this energy, to go ahead and do what you've been planning um, to do. Because, like I said, Queen of Wands is a planner. Like, this person is not going to just do something willy nilly. They're cutting you off, or they're cutting somebody off, or maybe you're getting cut off because of a reason. There's a reason behind. They've thought about it. they've researched. They have weighed both sides. They made a pros and cons list. Queen of Swords just doesn't do things willy nilly. It's a focused energy. So you might be actually focused on something coming to an end. Maybe this is something work related, or um maybe your training is coming to an end, or something along those lines. It doesn't have to be um terrible, but it something is coming to an end, and you're bringing focus to something else. But see, with the Ten of Wands, I'm not gonna lie, it is a brutal end. So I don't really feel like this is work related, unless, of course, like you're getting fired, or you're leaving somewhere on bad terms, which some of you might be. But I feel like this is more like a relationship, or something that you weren't happy in. This could be, like I said, the end of a job that you weren't happy in, or a connection that you weren't happy in. Um, Something that you're gonna something going to benefit you. Okay, so this is, you know, we have the Judgment card coming out. So this is a chance for rebirth, renewal. Once this ends, there's going to be renewal. Was the next card. So you do have um, a renewal coming in. You might not see it right now through this. Okay, I have to. You're planning to make this ending complete. Okay, you're planning on it. But it's like you can't see the goodness that's going to come out of it right now, but it is going to be for the greater good. You just have to have faith that that's what's going to happen. Okay, Spirit, what else? What other messages are there? What other vibes are out there? What other messages does the collective need to know for this weekend? Okay, well, this is more about gaining knowledge. I feel like you're going to learn something, maybe blah, woo, something about somebody is what I was trying to get out, or something about um some kind of knowledge is going to come to you. You might be going to visit. I'm getting like a visit to like grandparents, or somebody. It's somebody that you trust, somebody that you have a lot of a lot of a lot of background history with. Because I don't want to say you have a lot of. It's like not necessarily like a blood relation, but there's a lot of history with this person, is what I'm feeling. And it's somebody that has been in your life for a long time, and it might be somebody who you can rely on for honest advice, who knows your situation, who understands your situation, but still doesn't you know placate things, who wants you to know and wants you to grow and learn, but they're also not going to do it for you. This is about learning lessons, um, being there when you need them for advice. Like I said, they're not going to do it for you. You have to put um, into action the things you need to learn, and to let the lessons that you need to come up with. They're not going to tell you, but they may offer some sage advice along the way. Now, this advice they give you might feel like it's overwhelming. Like, how am I supposed to? I don't even know where to start. Um, So you might feel a little bit overwhelmed by the thought of it. You might feel overwhelmed about something else this weekend. You know, it's there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot to be overwhelmed about. So again, this could come back to the overall energy readings, renewal, taking care of yourself. You know, if you feel overwhelmed, take some time to yourself. Try to meditate, try to get out in nature. Take your shoes off and have your soles of your feet touch the grass and feel that energy of that grounding energy. Um, you know, go into the woods and just listen to the animals and the birds and the bees and look at the chipmunks running up a a tree or whatever you have to do to get you to that place of peace and tranquility. I feel like it's important right now, and you're taking on a lot. I feel like that you're losing sleep over things. Um, you know, things are really hard financially right now. So it's understandable where some of you could really be overwhelmed with the structure of things, with how am I going to feed my kids? How am I going to afford daycare? How am I going to, it's like so many things going through everybody's mind um, that I do feel like it's an overwhelming time. The world is in a clusterfuck right now. Pardon my French, but it's true. And things need to change, and it's a very overwhelming feeling. So it's not just you feeling that way. Know that most of the world is feeling the same way you do. They might not say it out loud, they might not vocalize it or talk about it, but it's happening to a lot of us. So don't feel like you're alone in that situation. But I do feel like because of the situation, there are lessons to learn. Are there things that we're taking for granted? You know, or sometimes it's like on Mondays you hate getting up for work. Well, aren't we glad that we have a job to go to? Yeah, it stinks. It stinks, but you know what? So many people are getting laid off, and so many people don't have a job, and so many people are finding it so hard to gather money to pay for their bills that it's like, you know what? Thank God I still have a job to go to be able to do that. For a lot of us, it's not easy, but it's so important to look at the bright side. You know, you're sitting in traffic. Why am I sitting in traffic? Blah blah blah, blah cursing. There's so many irate drivers, and it's like, well, maybe the universe has you sitting in traffic because the universe is saving you from something more tragic. You know, you're sitting in traffic, waiting, 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 but it could be saving your life. And so it's important to think about the good things, the things that are actually happening that might be saving you, and not all the things that are bringing you down. Of course, we're human, and yeah, when you're stuck in traffic on your way to work and you're late, like I was stuck in traffic, like but it's like, you know what? Thank God I'm here now. I'm here at my desk and I'm doing my job, and yeah, it sucks that I was late, but it could have been worse. I do see you sticking in a cycle though. I feel like you have been called to do more, called to do things that you're scared to do. I feel like there's a lack of confidence, and you keep walking away from opportunities that you're given, and spirit's asking you why. But I really do feel like it's a lack of confidence. And again, I suffer from the same thing. And I hate for the rest of you to give up on dreams and goals and walk away from them because of lack of confidence. Because somebody who just has a little bit more confidence than you is going to get the job, is going to get that position, is going to move further in the company because they had just a little bit more confidence than you. They thought of themselves just a little bit higher than you do. And we can't let that hold you back. We can't let that hold you back anymore. It's time that we have to boost our confidence, grab our suspenders and be like, you know what? I got this. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I can do as a person, and go ahead and do it. Yeah, you might not be perfect. You might make mistakes, but that's okay because that's how we learn. That's how we learn the lessons that we're meant to learn. That's how we get through to the next level, is by learning and making mistakes and putting them in the little bag that the the fool carries along with our many other mistakes, and bring them to the next cycle, because we're always learning from our mistakes, whether it be in relationships or work things, or um school things, other relationships with family members, friends. We're learning all the time. With each person we meet, with each conversation, with each file we touch at work, we're constantly learning. And you do have enough. You are radiant, because you wouldn't be sitting in this energy. It's your energy, it's just in reverse. So we got to bring it to here, to know your worth, to get out of that cycle, to walk away and go towards what's calling you. Because yes, you are a star. So think about that this weekend, getting ahead, loving yourself, um, knowing that you have the confidence and knowing what you bring to the table. What else, Spirit? What else does the collective need to know? Thank you. Okay, so some of you are not. There's just a feeling of unhappiness this weekend. What is going to happen this weekend? This is emotional unhappiness. I know there's I just feel like there's a lot of cards leading to this. Like, what is happening? Like I said in the with the two overall energy cards, take it easy this weekend. Take it easy with yourselves. Maybe you're being too hard on yourselves. You're thinking too much, getting into too many things, overthinking. It's like bringing you down. All of these cups are empty. There's 10 freaking cups, all of which are empty. You have to keep your cups full so you can nourish yourself and your people who love you. You have to keep them full. Keep yourself full. Rejuvenate, renewal, and whatever that looks like for you. I mean, like I said earlier, it could be something as simple as getting some alone time and taking a shower without a child screaming. Or it could be moving on from a relationship or from a job that's not serving you. But something needs to change, because this energy for this weekend is making me sad. You gotta get those cups filled. You're not gonna if you can't nourish the people you love, then you can't nourish yourself. Then what? That's just stagnant energy you're sitting in. I know you don't think you're strong enough, but you have that energy. It's just in reverse. Right now, I feel like you're feeling down on yourself. Okay, so now we have, once again, King of Swords. Okay? I feel like there might be a little something going on here in a relationship. There might be a hiccup of some kind. I don't feel like there's any kind of. I feel like there's overthinking going on here. There might be some kind of disagreement with a couple. I don't feel like it's divorce, or I feel like it would both be upside down, is usually how I read divorce, but this is definitely um not seeing eye to eye. Maybe you're separated right now or need to take a step back. Maybe give somebody, your partner, some a chance to breathe, maybe a second to think about, you know, what that needs to happen next. Um, Rather than be on their back and trying to get back together with them, or texting them constantly, or ringing their phone off the hook. Just give them a second to digest the situation, cool down a little bit, and then, maybe prepare to talk or make some plans to talk, because right now I feel like it's not the time. I feel like this person feels like you're coming at them really strongly or really hard. Um, and it's like you're almost pushing them away more than you are bringing them back, is what I'm hearing. So that could be for some of you who are feeling a little tension between you and your partner, or you and a workmate, or you and maybe a boss, or a coworker of some kind. Just let them be. Just let them cool down a little bit. Nothing you say right now is going to help matters, and I think it just needs to be stifled for a second before anything can be said or done. All right, let's pull a couple more cards. Yeah. Now we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. This person is feeling a loss. This person, this is a person who is a divine masculine energy, who is feeling, I feel like it's a little bit emasculating. Maybe they've lost money, or maybe they were the breadwinner at one point and now they lost money of some kind, or maybe they're losing money in um, paying for something. It could be child support, alimony. Um, Maybe they've invested in something. Maybe you guys together invested in a home, or put money into a stock market, or maybe an account or something, or invested in a business, or even invested in yourself. Maybe you're going back to school. Um, but I feel like there was a loss of money, but it could be because of an investment. Um, and I also, for some, I feel like it was like an investment that they missed, a missed opportunity to make money. Maybe they lost a client or a big source of income for their company, and that's the loss that I'm feeling right now. It just feels like there's been some kind of loss of financially, or like I said, for some it's going to be an investment, or like financial gain in the future. All right, so let's move on, is what I'm being told. Let's shuffle these messages of love and see what Tarot has, or Spirit has to say about messages from this deck. All right, Spirit. What messages do we have for the collective for this week, this weekend? What messages do they need to know for this weekend, Spirit? What are the messages that they need to know? Messages that the collective needs to know, Spirit. Thank you. We have denial. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. Not an easy thing to do. To let people, to let go of control, to let people make their own decisions and do their own things, especially or if you know they're making mistakes, sometimes this is children or teenagers, and we try to help them along the way, but what they really need to know is how to make the mistakes so they can learn how to rectify a problem and learn from the mistakes they make. Thank you. Rejection. This rejection is actually divine protection. So if you have been rejected by someone or something, this could be from a relationship or maybe it's a job. Um, it is your higher power saying, it is not for you. I have bigger plans for you. So hold tight because it is definitely something better coming along. It wasn't a right fit for you anyway, um, or at least not at the moment. Doesn't say that's not going to be coming into you at some point, but not right now. Not your time. Intuition, you already know the answer you seek. Trust your gut. I have to tell myself this all the time. Trust your gut. Um, it's it's like if you feel that something is not right, if you feel that something is just like you get the sketchy feeling about it, then trust that feeling. Trust your intuition. You already know the answers. I mean, I do appreciate you coming to me asking, but you already know what's going on. In your true heart of hearts, you know. So trust your instincts, trust your guts, rely on those messages. Um, it's important to be able to read yourself, to know yourself better, to trust yourself. Um, that confidence that I was talking about earlier, that all comes with it. Forgiveness. Forgive yourself, or another will help you move forward. Forgiving yourself or another, okay. Forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. I read that completely wrong the first time. So, it's important to forgive. You say forgive and forget, but you don't have to forget, but forgiveness is important, to release your spirit of any kind of negative energy. It's too much. Put it into your higher power's hands and know that it'll be taken care of. You don't have to forget what happened so you don't make that mistake again, but at least hand it over to your higher power and say, do what you want with it. I'm done. Protected, you are safe and divinely guided. With every decision you make, this is the truth. Your higher power has your back and will not let anything happen to you. What's meant for you is going to happen, and anything else, Spirit is protecting you from it. You are divinely guided, and your guides and guardians are walking next to you all of the time. Obstacles. Unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. Again, don't kill the messenger. Time to work on your shadow self. Unhealed wounds, so things that we've repressed throughout the years. It's time to work on them. It sucks, but maybe this weekend is a good weekend to draw into yourself, to be introspective, to touch on those wounds, to heal yourself, to bring them to the surface so you can work on it and be a better person and be lighter. It's such a light feeling when you can remove that heaviness from your soul. Not easy. It's not an easy thing, and I'm not trying to say it is. But when you remove that heaviness, it's like your whole world becomes lighter and then more energy comes to you like a magnet. It's beautiful. All right, guys, this is where I am going to stop. I hope that you guys enjoyed the reading. I hope more of you join me more often. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody who watches and everybody who hits like and subscribes to my channel. It does mean the world to me. It truly does. If you want to share this video, it's like I said, it's a collective reading. Please feel free to share if you feel like somebody will heal from the messages that I um, I say, then please let them hear it. Maybe it's worth something to somebody, and you can share that message with them. Um, yeah, so I hope to see you next time, and or my channeled messages. I try to get on here as much as I can, so hopefully you're catching them